Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guys series today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the normal raid, Alexander, the Heart of the Creator. It's also known as A11. And if this video helped you out in any way, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, as it really does help me out as a creator. Like most of the previous one, this will start off with a few trash pulls to begin. The actuator adds only have one ability to watch out for. When they raise their arms up beside them, then they will do a flame spin. The damage from this is not that considerable and can honestly just be healed through, so it's better to just DPS them down and not worry about it. For the boss, when you pick him up, you'll want to face him away from the group. He does have a frontal cone ability that you are able to move out of it, but it's a lot easier for one person to move out than the entire party. When you first cast Optical Sight, this will do 5 large circular AoEs that you'll just want to spread out around the platform to avoid overlapping these. He'll then summon a add onto the platform called EDD. All DPS will want to switch and kill this add. Spin Crusher is the frontal cone AoE that you'll just want to move out of. The second time he casts Optical Sight, this will do a large AoE in the center of the platform. You just want to move to the outside ring of the platform to avoid being damaged. When he summons the circular AoE onto the platform, you just want to avoid standing inside of it. When you cast the GA100, this will be on the off tank and will do proximity-based damage based on how close that person is to the rest of the group. So they should move as far away from the rest of the group as possible. Shortly afterwards, the pylon that was dropped onto the platform will explode, doing party-wide damage. That will just need to be healed through. And follow this up with another Spin Crusher that you'll just need to move out of. He has a left and right laser sword, so you just need to move onto the side depending on which one he casts to avoid being damaged by this. When he teleports to the center of the platform, he'll knock everyone in the immediate vicinity away from him and then have 4 open ducts around him. You'll have a very short amount of time to click these before they disappear, and he will fly off and destroy the platform. Anyone who has not clicked one will immediately be killed. Afterwards, you will need to click for the active time maneuver, which only requires 1 click, but this will drop you off the boss and back onto the platform before he does another mechanic that will instantly kill you if you are still on him. Afterwards, he'll cast Eternal Darkness, which will do party-wide damage, along with applying a party-wide bleed. So you'll want to make sure that you're just healing through this. This will last for the rest of the fight. From now on, his abilities have a much larger range to them. So he'll follow this up with a left or right laser sword, which has about double the range as it previously did, along with the Spin Crusher being a much larger AoE than it previously was. So you'll just want to make sure you're quickly moving out of this. When he casts Limit Cut. This is going to buff his damage, along with making him summon a plasma shield in a certain direction. To be able to damage the plasma shield, you need to be directly in front of it. So everyone will need to move directly in front of the boss, and then as soon as the plasma shield disappears, he's going to do a charge through the main tank. So everyone needs to move away from the main tank as soon as possible. You can have the tank be the one that's moving if it makes it easier, but since you can't control what random people in your group are going to do, usually it's best for the tank to stand still and everyone else to move, as this will kill anyone who is not the tank. Afterwards, he'll summon 2 electromagnetic coils onto the platform, along with a few clasters, which are going to charge line AoEs through the platform that you'll just want to be standing in the openings to avoid. He'll then do a optical sight, which should do a large AoE in the center of the platform, so you just move to the outside ring. After this, he'll do propeller wind. You'll want to move behind the electromagnetic coils at this time. If you do not, then you will be charmed and forced to attack your party members, which means you won't be able to move out of the AoEs that are going to be following this up, so you will most likely die. After this, he'll do another optical sight, which will mark random party members with the large circular AoEs again, along with summoning several AoEs onto the platform that will just need to be moved out of, and doing a left or right laser sword that will need to be avoided too. Now, out of all of the Alexander raids, this one is usually the hardest for most groups to complete, so you can expect many people to die during this. If he is still alive at this time, he'll summon another EDD, which will you need to burn down as soon as possible. The EDD does have a mild tank buster that hits several times, so it can rack up in damage. You'll want to try to kill the EDD before it self-detonates, otherwise it'll apply a vulnerability debuff to the entire team along with dealing party-wide damage. If you're still alive at this time, which hopefully your team will have already finished the fight, he'll cast the GA100 again, which will cause the off-tank to need to move away from the group before the other coil ends up self-detonating. Then you'll have 2 more coils summoned onto the platform, along with another group of clasters. And at this point, the fight will begin to repeat, with the clasters doing their line AoEs and the boss doing the optical sights. There is one more mechanic to watch out for, that the boss will pick a random party member and begin targeting them with a large damaging explosion that hits several times in quick succession. This should be healed through, but is so damaging that if it doesn't target one of the tanks, usually cannot be healed through. So the party member will just need to move away from the party, most likely die to it unfortunately, and then be revived. But this should be it for Alexander, the heart of the creator. I hope this helped everyone out, and if it did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.